I got a soul filled with shit.
You do not want to do this, trust me.
Copy!
Alright, have it your own way.
Scream, piss off. Copy! Talks to you like you don't belong, or tells you you're in the wrong field when something's in your mitochondrial, cause it latched on to you like knock, knock, let the devil in. Malevolent as I've ever been. Head is spinning, this medicine screaming dick, 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 medicine. It dick, dick like a salad bowl. Edgar Allan Poe, bedridden, should have been dead a long time ago. Liquid Tylenol, gelatin, sneak my skeletons melting. Wicked, I get all high when I think I smell the scent of elephant manure. Element Kahlua, screw it, to hell with it. I went through hell with accelerants and blew up myself again. Volkswagen, tailspin, bucket matches my pale skin. Madwin, went from Hellman's and being rail thin, flare fish. Scribbles Jam Rap Olympics, 97 freak Nick. How can I be down me in Bazaar in Florida? Bruce room, slept on the Florida motel then. Dr. Dre said hell yeah, and I got it stamped like a postcard, word to mailman. And I know they're gonna hate, but I don't care. I barely can wait to hit him with the snare and the bass square in the face. This me all better prepare to get laced, because they're gonna taste my venom. I got that adrenaline in 'em, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up in 'em. Ready to snap any momentum, thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know
I'm out of control.
when they get beat with the venom. I got that adrenaline in 'em, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up in 'em. Ready to snap any momentum, thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know what hit 'em when they get beat with the. I said knock, knock, let the devil in. Shotgun, pip, pellets in the felt pin. Cock, look around and catch a hot one. It's evident I'm not done. Vic venomous, the thoughts spun like a weapon. You're discarding them. Held against your will like a hubcap or a mudflat. Beat strangler attack, so this ain't gonna feel like a love tap. Eat painkiller pills from a gut track like what's her name's at the wheel. Then a cup pat trip through the car in the reverse at the Indian nut crash in India. The back of it just mangled. Steal my Mustang and the Jeep Wrangler, the grill with the front smashed. Much as my rear fender assassin. Slim be a combination of an actual kamikaze and Gandhi. Translation, I will probably kill us both when I end up back in India. You ain't gonna be able to tell what the fuck's happened in India when you're bit with the adrenaline in 'em, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up in 'em. Ready to snap any momentum, thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know what hit 'em when they get bit with the venom. I got that adrenaline in 'em, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up in 'em. Ready to snap any momentum, thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know what hit 'em when they get beat with the. I said knock, knock, let the devil in. Alien, it Elliot, phone home. Ain't no telling when this chokehold on this game will end. I'm loco, became a symbiote, so my fangs are in your throat. You're snake bitten with my with the ballpoint venom. Gun cock, bump stock, double lock, buckshot, tire thumper, uggerot, tie, couple knots fired up and caught fire, juggernaut, punk rock, bitches going down like young jock, cause the doc put me on like sunrock. But if not, you only get one shot. H-ish till I can't taste it. Chased it with stray liquor, then bathed in it, then drank till I faint and awake with a headache. And I take anything in rectangular shape, then I wait to face the demons I'm bonded to, cause they're chasing me, but I'm part of you, so escaping me is impossible. I latch onto you like a parasite, and I probably ruined your parents' life and your childhood too. Cause if I'm the music that y'all grew up on, I'm responsible for you the Austin fools. I'm the super villain, dad and mom is losing their marbles too. You marvel that Eddie Brock is you, and I'm the suit, so call me Venom. I got that adrenaline in 'em, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up in 'em. Ready to snap any momentum, thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know what hit 'em when they get beat with the venom. I got that adrenaline in 'em, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up in 'em. Ready to snap any momentum, thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know what hit 'em when they get beat with the.
Come, my love, I'll tell you a tale of a boy and girl and their love story, and how he loved her oh so much, and all the charms she did possess. Now this did happen once upon a time, when things were not so complex, and how he worshipped the ground she walked, and when he looked in her eyes, he became obsessed. My love is like a storybook story, but it's as real as the feelings I feel. My love is like a storybook story, but it's as real as the feelings I feel. It's as real as the feelings I feel. This love was stronger than the power so dark a prince could have within his keeping. His spells to weave and steal a heart within her breast, but only sleeping. My love is like a storybook story, but it's as real as the feelings I feel. My love is like a storybook story, but it's as real as the feelings I feel. It's as real as the feelings I feel. He said, don't you know I love you oh so much, and lay my heart at the foot of your dress. She said, don't you know that storybook loves always have a happy ending? Then he swooped her up just like in the books, and on his stallion they rode away. My love is like a storybook story, but it's as real as the feelings I feel. My love is like a storybook story, but it's as real as the feelings I feel. It's as real as the feelings I feel.
Okay, welcome to KBLP and Hollywood Review. So we're going to talk about last week's box office. I don't think we'll be surprised at all, of course. Hope you all had a great Halloween and hope you join me for DWD on Wednesday. So let's get to it. Of course, the number one movie, it's Halloween. You know, it's been Halloween all month long. So here we go. Of course, it was Halloween. It was number one the week before and this week so far too. It's been released for 3 weeks, and of course, if you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. It's worth a watch for sure. 80% Rotten Tomatoes, 75% loved it of the audience. It basically wipes the slate clean after decades. This is the critics now, mind you. After decades of disappointing sequels, ignoring increasingly elaborate mythology in favor of basic, yet still effective ingredients. Really, that's why it's number one, critics. Okay. We all know how the critics are with sci-fi, horror, that genre. They don't care for it. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis returns to her iconic role as Laurie Strode, who comes to her final confrontation with Michael Myers, the masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree 4 decades ago. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Will Patton, Virginia Gardner, Nick Castle Jr. So, yes, I enjoyed it. I saw it Monday before Halloween. I absolutely loved it. I liked the little improvement they did on the theme. It was great. So, if you haven't seen it, definitely worth a watch. I really liked it. I liked the real tribute homage to Dr. Sam Loomis. So, that was really great in that. So, number 2 last week, of course, Star is Born. It's been released for 5 weeks already. 90% Rotten Tomatoes, 84% audience loved it. This movie is supposed to be phenomenal. I haven't had a chance to see it yet, but I would love to. A Star is Born is a remake done right. This is by the critics. And a reminder that some stories can be just as effective in the retelling. So, Lady Gaga and company, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga fuse their considerable talents to depict the raw and passionate tale of Jack and Ally, 2 artistic souls coming together on stage and in life. Theirs is a complex journey through the beauty and the heartbreak of a relationship struggling to survive. Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper, they are just phenomenal. Sam Elliott, ooh yeah. Andrew Dice Clay, Dave Chappelle. Definitely one to see, I think. That's my opinion. Number 2 this week. It was number 2 last week, too. Number 3 is Venom. Rotten Tomatoes isn't real thrilled with it, but almost 90% of the audience loved it. The critics, here we go. First standalone movie turns out to be like the comics character in all the wrong ways. Really chaotic, noisy, and in desperate need of a stronger attachment to Spider-Man. Why? I'd like to see Venom. I really would. I think I just love the way he changes, and in the trailer, he's like, I didn't mean to do that, as he bam, bam, throws him against the wall. Investigative journalist Eddie Brock attempts a comeback following a scandal, but accidentally becomes the host of an alien symbiote that gives him a violent super alter ego. And that's Venom, of course. Soon he must rely on his newfound powers to protect the world from a shadowy organization looking for a symbiote of their own. Of course, Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, Scott Hayes, Reed Scott, Jenny Slate. So, Venom. I just like to see it. I thought he, from what I saw, I'd see it. Number 4, I think this was appropriate. Again, last week it was number 4, and again this week is Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween. And Rotten Tomatoes hated it. Okay, this is number 4 of the top 10, guys. Rotten Tomatoes, 47%. Audience, half and half, about 55%. Critics, here we go. Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween offers a handful of treats for very young viewers. But compared to the entertaining original, this sequel is a ding-dong to ditch. Way to go, critics. I never follow what they say anyway. You like what you like, right? Slappy is back to wreak more havoc this Halloween in a brand new comedy adventure based on R.L. Stein's 400 million selling series of books. Wendy McLendon Covey as Kathy, Madison Eisman, Jeremy Ray Taylor, Chris Parnell, Khalil Harris. So, Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween. So that was a good movie to take the kids to see. Number 5, only the second week out this week, Hunter Killer. And audience loved it, 85%. Rotten Tomatoes, not so much. Not even 40%. And here we go with the critics. Much like the submarine in its story, Hunter Killer cruises the murky action depths, following a perfunctory course into territory that's been charted many times before. Oh, great. They haven't said one good thing yet. Deep under the Arctic Ocean, American submarine captain Joe Glass, Gerard Butler, is on the hunt for a U.S. sub in distress when he discovers a secret Russian coup is in the offing, threatening to dismantle the world order. Yeah, kind of has been, but might be good to see. Gerard Butler, Gary Oldman, Common, Linda Cardellini, Corey Johnson, Hunter Killer. That is number 5. Now, the audiences didn't like it. I don't think they'd be going. It wouldn't be number 5. Number 6. It's been out for 3 weeks. This week, The Hate You Give, 96% Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score 77. It's actually less than Venom. Critics, of course, loved it. Led by a breakout turn from Amanda Stenberg, the hard-hitting The Hate You Give emphatically proves the YA genre has room for much more than magic and romance. Yeah. Now this, I would not go see. It's just not my type of movie, but you might like it. Go see it. Star Carter is constantly switching between two worlds, the poor, mostly black neighborhood where she lives and the rich, mostly white prep school she attends. The uneasy balance between this world is shattered when Star witnesses the fatal shooting of her childhood best friend, Khalil, at the hands of a police officer. The Hate You Give is based on the critically acclaimed New York Times bestseller by Angie Thomas and stars Amanda Stenberg as Star. I'm sorry, I did pronounce that wrong. With Russell Hornsby, Regina Hall, Common, Anthony Mackie. So, you might like to go see that. Not my kind of movie. Hunter Killer I wouldn't see either. But that's me. Y'all have your preferences. So if you do go see it, let me know what you think. Okay? You can get a hold of me at KBLP LLC and message me from there. Number 7 this week is we just did that, First Man with Ryan Gosling. Tomato meter 88%, audience 64. Critics, First Man uses a personal focus to fuel a look back at a pivotal moment in history and takes audience on a soaring dramatic journey along the way. Apparently they liked it, correct? Okay. On the heels of their 6-time Academy Award winning smash, winning director Damien Chazelle and star Ryan Gosling re-team for First Man, the riveting story of NASA's mission to land a man on the moon, focusing on Neil Armstrong in the years 1961 through 69. This is a visceral first-person account based on the book by James R. Hansen. The movie will explore the sacrifices and the cost on Armstrong and the nation of one of the most dangerous missions in history. Ryan Gosling, Claire Foy, Jason Clarke, Kyle Chandler, Corey Stoll. This is First Man. And it was number 7. One of my ones I do want to see. I haven't been able to see it yet. Smallfoot. Tomato meter 75, audience 70. Critics say Smallfoot offers a colorful distraction that should keep younger viewers entertained, and a story whose message might even resonate with older audiences. I'd love to see this. I'll take my granddaughter. Animated adventure for all ages, original music, and all-star cast. Smallfoot turns the Bigfoot legend upside down when a bright young Yeti finds something he thought didn't exist. A human, oh no. News of this Smallfoot throws the simple Yeti community into an uproar over what else might be out there in the big world beyond their snowy village. Tatum Tanning, James Corden, Common. Again, this is like his 3rd movie he's in. LeBron James, Danny DeVito. I definitely want to see this. So if you're not doing anything this weekend, I think most kids off from school around here, they have a parent-teacher conference on Monday. So go take your kids to see Smallfoot. Number 9, I'm surprised it's even up there. Excuse me, in the top 10. Night School. Kevin Hart, you should not have done this movie. I'm sorry. Tomato meter 28%, audience only 45, and I totally agree with them. Night School. Critics say Night School's funny stars and seemingly promising setup add up to a disappointingly scattershot comedy whose laughs are largely held in detention. I did not like the previews. The trailer, I was not impressed with that one at all. Of course, Kevin Hart. And producer Will Packer bring their signature style to Night School. The comedy from director Malcolm D. Lee follows a group of misfits who are forced to attend adult classes in the long shot chance they'll pass the GED exam. I'd get it in Redbox, but I will not pay to go see this one. Absolutely not. So, if you have seen it, let me know what you thought, okay? Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, Rob Riggle, Taron Killam. So that's the cast in that one. So let me know if you've seen it. I'd like to know what you thought. Number 10, mid-90s. 76 tomato meter, 83% audience liked it. Mid-90s tells a clear-eyed yet nostalgic coming-of-age tale that might mark the start of an auspicious new career for debuting writer-director Jonah Hill. This is his movie that came out mid-90s. Mid-90s follows Stevie, a 13-year-old in 90s-era L.A., who spends his summer navigating between his troubled home life and a group of new friends that he meets at a Motor Avenue skate shop. Sonny Soljic, Lucan Hedgens, Ryder McLaughlin, Catherine Watterson. So Jonah Hill's directorial debut, mid-90s, number 10 this week. Let's see. Johnny English Strikes Again, of course. Mr. Bean, you gotta love it. Was number 12 this week. Bad Times at El Royale was number 14. That's been out for a month. I like to see that one. That looked good. And The House with the Clock in Its Walls was number 11. It's been out for almost 2 months now. Can You Ever Forgive Me, which has a Rotten Tomatoes percentage of 98, is number 23. So, Suspiria was number... I'm sorry. Suspiria was number 23. What did I just say? House with the Clock and Its Walls, 11. I am so sorry. Sorry. And Suspiria just came out. So, hi, Ike. How are you? Have you seen any movies lately? Let's see what's coming out. I think Suspiria started today, if I'm not mistaken. We shall see. Why, thank you, Ike. Thanks, Ike. You're silly. Okay, let's see what is the new movies coming out. Thank you so much, Ike. Don't forget, next, what came out today, Bohemian Rhapsody. This is one to see, everybody. I really think so. I want to see this so badly. The trailers look phenomenal. And who knew about some of this? 94% of people want to see this. It hits a handful of high notes. This is the critics again. They really get on my last nerve. Hits a handful of high notes, but as an in-depth look at a beloved band, it offers more of a medley than a true greatest hits collection. It's not a greatest hits collection. Do they not know what this movie's about? Dear Lord. It follows the celebration of Queen and, of course, Freddie Mercury, who defied stereotypes and shattered convention to become one of the most beloved entertainers on the planet. This is not a greatest hits movie, critics, okay? The film traces the meteoric rise of the band through their iconic songs and revolutionary sound, their near implosion as Mercury's lifestyle spirals out of control, and their triumphant reunion on the eve of Live Aid, where Mercury, facing a life-threatening illness, leads the band in one of the greatest performances in the history of rock music, cementing the legacy of a band that were always more like a family and who continues to inspire people, dreamers, and music lovers to this day. So, I don't care what the critics say. This is not a greatest hits movie, okay? Figure it out. And Rami Malek plays Freddie Mercury. He looks amazing in this movie. Lucy Boynton plays Mary Austin, of course. That was his confidant, okay? They were going to get married at one time, but never did, because he came out of the closet, of course. Ben Hardy, Joseph Mazzello, Aidan Gillen. I think this is a movie to see. Me too. Oh, definitely. Me too. It looks phenomenal. And I don't know where the critics get that. How they can say that, about the greatest hits album. This is not a greatest hits documentary, okay? It's much, much more than that. So I am definitely going to go see this one. Okay. So my rant is over on that. Yes, definitely on my top. Let's see. In theaters, of course. We have all that. So that's the one. Of course, November 9th, next week, The Grinch is back. Benedict Cumberbatch, of course. Overlord looks really good. Yeah, I know it does, doesn't it? It looks great. The Grinch, the new animated, 94% of the audience wants to see. Again, another great movie to take your kids to. And of course, every Christmas they disrupt his tranquil solitude with their increasingly bigger, brighter, and louder celebrations. When the Who's declare they are going to make Christmas 3 times bigger this year, the Grinch realizes there is only one way for him to gain peace and quiet: to steal Christmas. I love it. I love the Grinch. Yeah, he does. That Rami Malek, yes, he does. It was he looks amazing. He really does, yeah. I thought it was like, wow. Yes, definitely. Of course, The Grinch. That opens next week, guys. Next week. I'm trying to see Benedict Cumberbatch, of course, as a Grinch. So, totally awesome. So, another one to take your kids to see, too. Next week, Overlord. That looks amazing. It's like a combination horror war thing going on here. 90% tomato meter. 92% of people want to see this. This actually looks really good. With only hours until D-Day, a team of American paratroopers drop into Nazi-occupied France to carry out a mission tasked with destroying a radio transmitter atop a fortified church. The desperate soldiers join forces with a young French villager to take down the tower. But in the mysterious Nazi lab beneath the church, the outnumbered GIs come face to face with enemies unlike any the world has ever seen. This is from J.J. Abrams. Overlord is a thrilling, pulse-pounding action adventure with a twist. It's part horror, part war. Wyatt Russell, John Magaro, Giovanna Depo. This movie looks really creepy, actually. So that's going to be opening. Overlord. That looks really interesting, to say the least. That opens next week. The Girl in the Spider's Web, of course, Claire Foy. From The Girl with the Dragon's Tattoo. She's on another mission, so that might be another one to see. Another one opening in a relationship, yada yada. The New Romantic. Postcards from London, we'll check that out. That opens next week. 100% of the audience wants to see this. This is about a beautiful Essex boy, British rising star Harris Dickinson, who, having traveled from the suburbs, finds himself in Soho searching for fame, fortune, and cultural stimulation. Down on his luck, he meets with a gang of unusual high-class male escorts who specialize in post-coital conversation. What follows is Jim's comic descent from unsuccessful escort to artist muse and art authenticator, a journey complicated by a rare psychosomatic condition called Stendhal syndrome, rendering him painfully oversensitive to art, and the condition threatens to bring about a downfall. Harris Dickinson, Leonardo Salerni, might be interesting. I don't know. So that is coming out. Trying to see. It looks like the two will be the Grinch and, of course, Overlord. And the girl in the spider's web, because that's a continuation of the girl with the dragon tattoo. And that was really good. That was Postcards from London. Time Freak is another one coming out. Here and Now, that's got a 0 percentage. Ouch. Sarah Jessica Parker, Simon Baker. I don't know. Week later, next week also, Thugs of Hindustan. That, I don't know about that. We'll take a look. Of what that's about. That opens next week also. Lost it. Gosh darn it. Thugs of Hindustan. I don't know about that. There is nothing on that. November 16th, a week later. This one's going to be big. Fantastic Beasts, of course, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Johnny Depp is in this. Ezra Miller. Of course, Johnny Depp's in. I got to see it. But if you saw Fantastic Beasts to begin with, the first one, you would absolutely love it. And this one is the next one. 98% of people want to see this. Of course, at the end of the first film, the powerful dark wizard, Grindelwald, played by Depp, was captured by Magical Congress of the U.S. of America with the help of Newt Scamander, played by Redmayne. But making good on his threat, Grindelwald escapes custody and is set about gathering his followers, most unsuspecting of his true agenda, to raise pure-blood wizards up to rule over all non-magical beings. In an effort to thwart Grindelwald's plan, Albus Dumbledore enlists his former student, Newt, who agrees to help, unaware of the dangers that lie ahead. Lines are drawn as love and loyalty are tested, even amongst the truest friends and family. Johnny Depp, of course, is Grindelwald. Ezra Miller, Zoe Kravitz, Catherine Waterston, Eddie Raymond, of course, is Newt. Jude Law as Dumbledore. That movie looks really, really good. So that's going to be a big one for any of the followers. So, yes, have to see that. Widows will be coming up. Of course, that's with Viola Davis. That one looks interesting, where they're saying, no more, and they go about kicking ass. Absolutely. So that's another one to see. Michelle Rodriguez is in it. Gotta love Michelle Rodriguez. The Cloven Hitch Killer opens this. Dylan McDermott, Charlie Plummer, and this is about... excuse me, I talk way too much, sorry. The Clove Hitch Killer. 90% of people want to see this, and Rotten Tomatoes gives this an 83%. This is a shocking revelation, turns a teenage boy's world upside down. In this chilling look at the evil that can lurk below you in the most wholesome surface. Tyler Burnside is a Boy Scout, a volunteer at his local church, and dutiful son, of an upstanding community leader, Dad Dylan McDermott. Only one thing troubles the quiet Kentucky town he lives in: the unsolved murders in which 10 women were brutally tortured and killed by a psychopath known as Clove Hitch that rocked the community more than a decade ago. When Tyler discovers a cache of disturbing images in his father's possession, He begins to suspect that the man he trusts most in the world may be Clovehitch, and that his deadly rampage may not be over. Ooh, that looks good. Dylan McDermott, of course, Charlie Plummer, Samantha Mathis, Madison Beatty. So, the Clovehitch Killer. That might be one to see. Also upcoming, nothing else really stands out. Let's see. Battle of Buster Scruggs, Corset Ridge. We did through that. John Cusack, River Runs Red. We'll talk about that more when it gets closer. And that will do it for that. Let's see what's coming out on DVDs. Mandy is coming out, and Nicolas Chase. This is supposed to be very good, 92% rated, so check it out. Mile 22, and that was a real disappointment. That's with Lauren Cohen. Your Maggie Ike is in that, Mile 22. The Darkest Minds is coming out, and this should be coming out Tuesday. Anne Marie. What else is coming out? Tuesday, Possum. The Other Side of the Wind. Monster Party. Okay. Let's see what else is coming out. Don't forget, Ira Chris Stevens will be coming up after me with Our Freaks in the Basement, of course. Stay tuned for that. Welcome to Mercy. A young woman struggles against the unholy forces that possess her in this terrifying occult thriller. After being stricken with stigmata, single mother, Madeline is sent to a remote convent where nothing is what it seems, and her friend August is seemingly the only person she can trust. Together, they must confront the demons inside Madeline before she becomes the Antichrist. I would probably rent that. Definitely. Lily Newmark, Eva Ariel Binder, Eileen Davis, Christine Rulin. So that might be one to watch on a Friday night, right? So that's what's going on in the movie world, so to speak. Let's see what's going on in the Hollywood news a little bit. Leah Remini, of course, will be starting her season with her Scientology aftermath. Good for her. I absolutely love her. And she's really bringing some stuff to light. Courageous woman with that church, so to speak. Nothing much going on. Oh, please. If I hear another Kardashian thing, pathetic. Dang it. Nothing much more going on in the world. Same old crap, different day, apparently. Of course, a lot of stuff. Apparently, LeBron James kills it as Jason, I guess, and Robin Lopez steal the show. Bold new plan announced to explore alien ocean worlds. Let's hear that, right? Hope you're listening, Michelle. We need to maybe touch upon this. Earth is not the only ocean in the world in the solar system, apparently. There are several. A new paper just published in Astrobiology seeks to plan out the best ways to explore these alien oceans. So, wow. Their moons, they're now known as ocean worlds. So we'll have to touch on that a little bit. Hugh Jackson. Oh, yeah, of course, we all know. He disagrees with Cleveland Browns owner for firings. Really, there's a surprise, right? Yeah. Wow. Oh, here we go. A browser extension. You better check your stuff here, guys. A browser extension apparently stole the private Facebook messages of at least 81,000 accounts. That's the Chrome extension. Don't get it. A new report might make you think twice before installing that next Chrome extension. The private Facebook messages of at least 81,000 people have been stolen, probably due to an exploit in a browser, and compromised accounts are now apparently up for sale for 10 cents apiece. Oh my God. A shady group had reached out to them, attempting to sell Facebook data on what the hackers claim is 120 million accounts. This hack has nothing to do with the most recent hack of Facebook data that was widely publicized in September. The hackers, probably Russian, they reached out to BBC Russian service, appeared to have the Facebook messages of at least 81,000 people. So, yeah, here we go. Okay. Nothing. There's a thing about director Doug Liman details roommates from hell living situation with Tom Cruise. Interesting. While on Late Night with Seth Meyers, director Doug Liman revealed what it was like sharing a house with Cruise and a writer while filming American Made in order to help cut down the cost of the movie. Just have the Scientology church pay for it. That'll help. He says, we were roommates from hell. He also directed Cruise in 2014's Edge of Tomorrow. To be honest, I'm a little messy. Tom Cruise is a real neat freak, some might say OCD, when it comes to the dishes, and believes they should be scrubbed before they go in the dishwasher. Okay. And the filmmaker further recalled, we had trouble hiring a maid, so we actually had a chore chart in the house. When it was my turn to do the dishes, I would hide them in the pantry bar sink. But Tom doesn't miss a thing. Cruise's longtime star status also didn't help matters. No one's ever said no to this guy. Remembering a time when the two played tennis. Excuse me. Played tennis on a court in their backyard. According to the 53-year-old director, Cruise hit a ball out of the white lines and didn't understand why Lyman had said the shot was out. Whoa. Nicole Kidman, his ex-wife, also recently opened up about her life with the actor. Ooh, we'll have to check that out, right? Okay. It Chapter 2 wraps filming. Bill Hader says sequel is surprisingly emotional. Woohoo! Can't wait for this one, right, guys? Wow. I cannot wait to see this one, and the cast, of course. Okay, not much else going on, a lot of music stuff, but that'll be another time. Okay, gonna wrap it up. Don't go away, stay tuned to Freaks in the Basement with our own Chris Stevens. That will be coming up next. Tomorrow, join Michelle Auger with Ecto to release scary tales and other strange things. So join her tomorrow. Tomorrow night when I get home from work, join me for Encounters, Haunted Castles. It should be fun and amazing. Sunday, join me for AHS. Oh, yeah, and then Ideas with the Jam. Is Zach doing it tomorrow night? We'll be on after Encounters. Sunday, AHS, of course. This is really ramping up, isn't it? I'm loving this season to death. Monday, Sports Talk with Ideas, and hopefully Zach Morrison will be there. Also, we'll talk about the games this week. The big one, Saints and Rams, Sunday evening. So stay tuned for Sports Talk on Monday night. Next Wednesday, join Michelle and I hope Rick Moylan and myself. We're going to do 2 weeks of TWD, of course, because it was Halloween. So we're going to do 2 weeks worth. So it should be, I'm not looking forward to Sunday at all, but we shall see what happens, and we'll see who is close to being right. And Thursday, Chained will be on, I do believe, with our own Desiree Pickett. It is amazing. Please tune in for that. And then join me for DWD. We're going to do country. Actually, I was thinking before we do country, maybe I'll do songs that were made famous by the movies and commercials. That should be fun. I think I'll do that first, and then the following week we'll start on the country thing. So we'll do that on DWD next week. And then, of course, Lolita's Jam is on. She does hip-hop, underground music, and new artists. So stay tuned for that. Holidays are coming up, and, of course, Walmart is going to remind us how many shopping days we have left. Everybody's going to be gearing up for the holidays. So sit back and relax and listen to one of the podcasts. It'll be amazing, of course. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Just, of course, the holidays coming up. Halloween's over. Darn it. I'm like in a funk now. We need to have it last longer than that. It doesn't seem long enough. So stay tuned for those. Shout out to KBLP LLC. And of course, like I said, you can get a hold of me, Denise Harris, through there. Message me or leave a message for me there. It's on Facebook. You can also catch us on KBLP LLC 4 on YouTube. So check it out, guys. Totally amazing. Trying to think. Shout out to True Horror Junkies, Art of Darkness, Planet B, O, B, with Jason Boyce, Michelle Auger. No, that's Walking Dead Freak Show, Jason Boyce. Sorry, Jason. Too many things going on. But Planet B, O, B, with Michelle. Amazing site. Go check it out. Absolutely. And Survival Wolves with Mike Ronan and Conflicted with Julie Kinney, whom I hope we have on soon again. She is an amazing woman. Horror 3-Ring Circus, King Barker and Beyond, Typhoid Marys. Anybody I missed, I'm sorry. Hi, Adriana. Horror 3-Ring Circus. So check these out, guys. They're really amazing. Thanks for joining me tonight. I have a couple songs. Then stay tuned for Freaks in the Basement. Peace out, y'all.